Welcome back to the show now. I have a special guest joining me who's a budding superstar, one of the, I don't know, do I used to call him a new sound on the block because he's been doing great things already in the last couple of years. Oxlade is here with us. What's up?
I'm great, bro. You?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm sure you probably answered this a few times, but I want to know where that name is from.
My grandpa lost his best friend the same day I was born, and he gave me the name in honor of his best friend. Also, my grandpa and his best friend used to work at the British Embassy. So Oxford is an actual name. It's a British name that was just given to me by my grandpa. So like when I was in JS3 trying to look for like artist name, I was trying other names, but like none was making sense. So I just decided to stick to one of my names because Yoruba parents used to bombard their kids with names. So like if you know the Yoruba tradition very well, you know
Yeah,
that we're always blessed with names,
yeah.
especially the first grandchild. Like my it was shocking it was shocking my grandparents
Everybody
and
gave you a name.
what?
I said everybody gave you a name.
Every single person, no, every single person, trust me.
Oh, that's interesting. So Oxlade is actually your name. Okay.
Yeah, actually one of my names.
Okay, fair enough. So, what's up? How's music treating you? Because you seem to be doing amazing things. Was this always the plan for you?
I just wanted to be happy, man. I wanted to do something that would make me happy because, like, trust me when I say I've done everything and nothing really made sense. Nothing actually made sense except music. Music is the only place like I feel very comfortable, and I thank God that it's bearing fruits and it's making sense more and more every single day of my life. So yeah,
So, when you say you've tried other things, what were the other things you tried?
am I allowed to see them here? Am I allowed to see them here? Okay. Early in my life, when I ran away from the house, I was serving rice at parties. I did BRT ticketer at Barracks, Ruler. I worked as a cyber cafe secretary, like an attendant, people with the sell time. So like I've done a whole lot of things. Trust me, I'm a street kid, forget all this tattoo and all this English. But like we bless God still. We bless God still. And like everything is just making sense right now.
So, you ran away from home because of what?
Music.
Your parents weren't supporting the move at the time?
The thing is I dropped out of school
Okay.
due to like personal reasons and like they expected me to go and write jam all over again after like I dropped out like my finals. So like I'm like, are you guys whining me? I just said to write jam all over again. It made no sense to me. I just said, you know what? Instead of wasting extra years that doesn't guarantee me anything that I'm not certain about, I just decided to make music, like stuff that will make me happy. So I ran away from the house and I went to score to my friends Naya and Ojabi. So I used to shuffle the two houses every 5 days so that see finish no enter. so so you know this guy senses now when they squat, you know, go
Yeah.
like over comfortable for house, so no be your own. But like surprisingly, the two families of my friends were very, very welcoming. Like they welcomed me with open arms and like I didn't have any problems.
So, when you were doing all of these things, the BRT, the cyber cafe work, you were still doing music or trying to do music?
I was trying to do music, but there was no money to do music. Like at that point, realization setting like, boy, you have to eat first. Do you understand? Now belly the ginger brain. So like I had to I had to stop music for a while because every producer I was going to was using me to catch crews. There was even this one that I had to become a studio rat at his place. I'll clean his place every morning, hoping one day he would just say, Oxlade, I'll go to the mic and go sing. And up until today, he never gave me a chance. So like trust, I
You want
sacrificed
to
a
call
lot.
him out now?
Eh?
I said you want to call him out now.
No. I mean, I have nothing against him. I mean, like life wanted that to happen. Right now, I'm sure he feels bad that he never gave me a chance, but like life wanted that to happen to teach me a certain lesson or two. So like everything happens for a reason, so to say.
So, what was it? What was the turning point? What happened that switched things up for you?
Mommy Water by Black Bulls changed everything. I feel like it made me realize that my sort of, annoying, horrible voice was appealing to the audience. I wasn't really confident about my voice. I wouldn't lie. At the beginning of my career, I wasn't confident about my voice. I wasn't confident about my look. My countenance wasn't 100%. So like when Black Bones. So what happened was I linked up with this guy, Afro Genie. This is actually before I started making professional music. So back then I was in this a cappella group in my church, and then we used to go to a studio. There's this engineer that used to record our a cappella group and just send it to us so we can perform it at different churches and different serenades. So I used to beg him like, boss, please now, I beg, just give me like 16 bars. Let me jump on your beat. I promise you will not regret it. And every single time I went there, after our whole recording, I'll wait behind and watch him record. So one day he just gave me a chance to jump on one of his beats. And the name of the song is titled Sour. He put Black Bones on it. And like back then, like Black Bones was like one of the biggest rappers in the varsity world. Like Black Bones is an OG in this game, and like nobody should disrespect him, to be honest, because he has been doing this thing way back from University of Ife, and I was in LASU. So like I was a fan. I was starstruck when he DM'd me like, "Who are you? Like, why you sabi like this? One thing. We have to make music. We have to make music." I was starstruck, like the Black Bones. Oh my god, I wanted to run mental, but like I kept my cool. And then we birthed Mami Water. I was not on Twitter, so like when Black Bones drops the project, he just called me like, "Yo, what's up, Oxlade? What's good?" I said, "I did. She say the trend." I said, "Trend for where?" I said, for Twitter." I said, "What be that? Did they do business for you?" Because I didn't even have, like, I wasn't using my Twitter account because I was using the C3 back then. So I had to rush to the internet to go, browse Twitter. And then I saw people, mentioning me without having a handle. People were like, "Who's this Oxlade guy?" Blah, blah, blah. Like the whole game was like, very, very welcoming to me. And I was like, damn, like this same voice that I don't like is what people are actually digging right now. I think I can make money from this thing. From there, I linked up, with Basil, and then I got connected with the Plug Entertainment, and then, from there, everything was history.
Amazing story there. So you do you feel like you owe Black Bones a lot of your success today?
I feel like we helped each other get to the level we are today, because after Mami Water, we could have still drowned. So
Yep.
if not for consistency and hard work from both parties, we won't be where we are right now.
I mean, it's interesting for you to say that you are not very confident with your voice or your looks or whatever it is, but you seem like a very interesting brand. So where did marketing yourself as Oxlade, where did the confidence start coming from?
Um, it took a long while though, because like, Oxlade can sing, Oxlade songs that do blah blah blah. That's all I used to see. But Oxlade as the artist, does he believe in himself? It was when I went to the O2, when Whiskey took me to the O2, 2019, and I saw like bare people that I don't even know, people that have never seen me before, sing my song back to me. And I'm like, damn, like this music thing is not a mistake. Like I was born for this. There is a no-brainer. God can't just make this happen and just not make me blow. So like ever since then, I was like, yo, you're actually a star, you're a brand. I shouldn't let anything get to you. And I started moving different after the O2.
So what defines your sound now? The Afro pop seems to be what a lot of people call what you guys do now. Is that what you say you do? Are you an R&B artist? What are you?
I mean, Afro pop, Afro beats is an identity. It's not just a genre. It's a movement. It is what we use to, identify ourselves as African artists and creatives. So it's bigger than just calling it a genre. You know, Burna Boy made a statement with Afro pop, getting a Grammy for 2000 shouts to Burna Boy. Wizkid has been doing it, like he has been ripping the charts off with SS. And we see the likes of Justin Bieber jumping on the wave, and even Drake featuring Thames on his album. So it's no longer just a genre, it's like a movement. So I just call it Afro pop being a movement. I am trying to just, put my own personal inputs the best way I can to make Afro pop bigger.
I want to talk about this generation of artists which you belong to. It's a very interesting time to be in music. In the past, we would have every other year, maybe, you'd have 2, 3 artists pop out who are doing great things. But in the last 2+ years, it's been phenomenal, the number of artists that have come through the scene and are doing amazing stuff. With you, Fireboy, Joe Boy, Omale, Chike, CK, there's just all of these people doing amazing stuff. What happened differently? What do you think?
I blew, or let me say, I emerged exactly at the height of the pandemic. I dropped my first project, Oxygen, last year, and it was during the day, like it was the day that the government said there was a global lockdown. I felt cursed, like, what did they saw? They say celebrate your guys so that you might be celebrated. Bro, I've been celebrating my guys for the past, I don't know. Like, what's going on? Like, when it reached my turn, now in pandemic, what's up? God, what did I do you? Like, why you they do me like this? I was so bad. Like, I felt so bad. I had to call my grandma. Like, I was in tears, like, mommy, like, what's going on with my life? Like, I felt like it was some spiritual peak. And there was only one sentence she said. She said, for you shall thrive even in chaos. And I held on to that. And, I kept going. The only thing I had then was Instagram Live. I could not go to any radio station. I could not do any physical promo. The way it was blowing, the song was wasting. I could not perform. I could not secure any bag. Like it was really, really annoying. But still, it was a blessing in disguise because a lot of people dropped project during that period that did not even cross over to the airways. Do you understand? So me having it was me and Omale that actually bodied majority of the year. Oxygen and Get Laid. And it was like, oh, this pandemic artist. So, we emerged into the digital world and like we're lucky enough to gather fans that could stream our songs digitally, and like that's why you could tell on our numbers. So I feel like this new generation has diverse sounds. We're not inside one box. We're not inside one corner. We're just exploring sounds. I mean, the most Shazam song as at last week is owned by CK, the most Shazam song in the actual world. So it's not a doing stuff.
Do you think that you guys have had it easy? Because in the past, breaking through in music, you had to go through a lot of hurdles and getting signed, getting distribution done, and all of that. But like you said, these days, streaming has made things easier. So is it possible that you guys have had it easy and may not appreciate how hard this thing can be?
The OGs are not making it easy though, like because they always keep breaking barriers. They always keep raising the roof.
They're
So
not clearing the road for you people.
it's like when we just make a milestone and we just see them scatter everywhere. We just look like, guy, we need to work more. We see this sub, but never do anything. I mean, we need it. We need it for reality check. We need it for reality check and for inspiration. But they're doing the most, man. They are tearing everything apart, and it's up from there because like they can't finish it. Do you understand? Like Whiskey said that for some interview, he said they're just scratching the surface and like they're just opening doors for we. For example, the Banj and them Don Jazzy open the door for the likes of the Whiskers and whatnot. So like obviously us to go see our own space breathe. But popping now is quite easier because like anything could go viral. There's this guy Victor AV. I knew the song before I even knew who sang it because of TikTok challenges and whatnot. Now it's easier to promote your song with right structure, confirm funds, and the right people, with the right placements also. And lots of artists that I don't want to mention that, it's because of placements that they're popping right now. And it's working for them, shouts to them. And if you can strategically place yourself where you can pop to. And I wouldn't really say we're taking it for granted because trust, these young artists are putting in work. Like we are putting in work because like you can't say there's no OG that can say the Afrobeat future is not in safe hands because see Rama doing the most, touring already in the States. See Bella Shmurda currently touring in the States. That's what some OGs couldn't do at our age. So like trust, we too we they try. Even if that surface we steps to the scratch, we they try.
Well, like you said, I mean, it's a very interesting time for Nigerian music. We have a lot of. It's almost like featuring an international artist is not even a big deal anymore. You talked about CK being the most Shazammed in the world. Whiskey before that was the most Shazammed in America. All of these things are happening at the same time. Almost like everybody feels like they can win a Grammy now. So there's a lot of these things are almost sort of normal now. Because the bar is now so high. Is that inspiring for you, or does that scare you because of the pressure that there is now to do great things?
It's 50-50. It's inspiring and challenging at the same time. It's staggering and achievable at the same time. So when you see the success things, They're like, hey, God, how we do this thing like this? And there's another voice at the back of your head that'll tell you, but they don't get to it now. So if you do, so it's like it's a perfect balance. You don't let the success swallow you. You let it fall you to want to achieve something like that, or something greater.
What's next for you now? 2021 is, I mean, the concert months are around the corner. What's what? I mean, it looks like the world is opening up at least a little more than it was last year. So there might be, some money to be made. What's your plan for the rest of the year?
I'm going to the States next week. I'm touring the States next week. I have a show at New York City, One African Music Fest. And 1st of October, 2nd of October, I have a show at Sacramento, California, USA. And then from there, I'm touring the whole States. And then it's just shows. It's based on shows. And definitely dropping one more single because I just dropped my project, Eclipse. And I'd like you guys to go check it. This is me doing my PR for myself and also. So yeah, you guys go check Eclipse, the project. But Juju is arguably one of the biggest songs in the country. We thank God.
What inspired that song, actually?
Yo, it's the love cycle thing, man. Falling in love over and over again and getting to open your heart to no end, to no meaning. Because at the end of the day, it's to chop breakfast. So like I just said, this love thing just has to chill for a while. Like I don't think it's for me right now. Let me focus on the guap. Let me focus on the money. When the money is there, when my family is bellyful, where we're here, we'll talk family planning. But for now, I just want to focus on making money.
Thanks a lot, man. All the best with everything. And congratulations on all you've achieved. I know that you're going to do great things even more in the future. Thanks a lot for joining us today, man.
First of all, before I bounce, I know you might not remember my face, but you used to anchor with Fumi Yoda at Change Your Life beneficiary stuff. And I was one of the beneficiaries there at NTA every January 1. I don't know if you can remember.
2012 or so, or 2013.
Davido came, Fashola was there, and the whole settings was dope. So don't worry, like me, I've been your fan for like a whole while. So practically, I'm starstruck. Forget all this Oxlade thing that is going on. I'm practically starstruck right now. And you're doing an amazing job. God bless you, my bro.
Thanks a lot, man. That's a very great story, and you've come around, and you're touring the world. So I'm also a huge fan, and all the best, man. Thanks a lot for everything, man. Keep doing great things.
Love, my bro.
All right. We'll take a break now and be right back. Please don't go away. Welcome back to Rubbing Minds. Now we're going to be talking about the VAP Act. If you don't know what that is the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, which was passed in 2015. Until date, only 18 states of the 36 have domesticated that. And we're going to be talking about that, domestic violence, gender-based violence, and all of that. I'm joined now by Nya Akom Ita, who is the program manager for STARE, and Maimuna Maibe, who's the country director for Global Citizen. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Let me start with you, Maimuna. Why is this act taking so long to take hold here in Nigeria? Are we not taking it as seriously as we should? Or is government not doing enough to let people understand why it's important?
Taking quite a long time. That was passed in 2015. And as you said earlier, currently only 18 states have actually domesticated it. It's taking too long, I guess, because it's either women and girls issues are not really at the forefront of policy making, or certain issues are just simply being ignored, right? But we had seen the fact that a lot of states have signed up to the bill, but there's domesticating it has just become an issue. And with that, I think civil society organizations, even private sector organizations, need to really mobilize to make sure that gender issues and women and girls issues are at the front of their agenda. As we can see, a lot of them are interested in education and health, which is amazing as well. And that helps us in fighting extreme poverty. But we cannot ignore the shadow pandemic that is right in front of us. In many communities across Nigeria and the globe, really, COVID-19, for example, has really exacerbated gender and sexual-based violence and injustice in general. For example, this has kind of threefold spiked in numbers in reported cases, especially in Lagos, Ogun State, and Abuja. This trend in violence against women is linked directly with other harmful practices as well in our communities that is prevalent, which is also, you can now look at female genital mutilation, child marriages, just different things that has really brought that into fore. And as a community and as private sector and as civil society, we really need to take it seriously. Child marriages alone is about 23 million, according to UNICEF. So women and girl issues are at the forefront. And as global citizens, we're really pushing the fact that all 36 states need to domesticate it. What does domesticating it mean and what does that look like? It means that policies need to be implemented and certain issues need to be at the forefront of institutionalized organizations so that implementation is tracked and progress is being reported, and also so that survivors get the help that they need. So it goes beyond us having crisis centers where survivors can turn into, where they have medical care and where they have some sort of therapist that would help them through their recovery. But also from a policy perspective, we have to make sure that sexual and gender education is at the forefront. So when survivors, for example, show up at the police station or report certain sexual and gender-based violence, the people handling those cases are educated enough and they're aware that they should first handle them with care and also making sure that they get the justice that they need.
All right, I'm going to take a break now and be right back. Please don't go away.